Hi everybody, hi every spirit, welcome very much to my YouTube channel. Let's talk about the present square in the sky between Saturn and Jupiter. Before we do so, leave a like and subscribe and use the links down below to know more about my content, and also use the email down below to contact me for personal readings and consultations. So let's get into it. Saturn in Pisces, Jupiter in Gemini, fresh into Gemini, not yet until many degrees, right? So we are now going through a very big learning lesson, global, right? Worldwide. Because the Sun and the Moon, Mercury, Venus and Mars are more personal, right? Sun and Moon are personal. Mercury is the connection between the personal and the interpersonal, right? You and other persons. And Mars and Venus are more you connecting with somebody on a personal level. But then Jupiter and Saturn take that to another level, and it's more like region, country, continent, global wide, right? So everybody now is going through this learning process, because a squaring, it represents a learning process, something that can be hard, a little bit dry, a little bit harsh, but in the end of the day, you'll feel more powerful. You feel like you progressed and did something worthwhile, spiritually speaking, which will manifest and materialize into your life, right? So we have a mutable square in the first place. We have a square between water and air, and we have a square between reality, structure, networking and associations, and dreams, illusions, imaginations, wisdom, knowledge, creativity, travel and expansion. Saturn and Jupiter, right? Saturn in Pisces, Jupiter in Gemini. Saturn in Pisces, the ability to bring our dreams, illusions, imaginations, feelings, emotions and spiritual belief systems into a reality, a structure, a network and an association in a more mutable and adaptive way. Jupiter in Gemini, expanding, traveling, going through personal experiences that then you can associate, be mutable and adaptive with your wisdom and knowledge in a worldwide way about your personal thoughts, ideas, and ways to think, analyze, get to the facts, get to the truth, and expanding your way to communicate and share your personal belief systems in a worldwide or in a large radius way, right? So what is the learning process? What is the learning lesson? Is to learn how to take your spirituality, dreams and illusions that go into reality or into a routine or into a pattern or into a structure, right? And learn how to expand on those by communicating, thinking and analyzing in a broader way, in a more logical way, in a more societal way, in a more mutable and adaptive way. So it's taking your personal belief systems, it's taking your feelings and emotions, dreams and illusions that you want to be real, you want to be respected by others, you want to be at your limit and boundary, you want to associate with others via those feelings and emotions, dreams and illusions, right? And then take a more light, logical, and intellectual and societal way to think and communicate about those, right? So basically we are learning how to expand our structures, we are learning how to expand our reality that we create from our spirituality. That's the key part. So we are learning how to make our dreams come true, Pisces dreams, Saturn reality. So we are learning how to take our dreams and illusions and our creativity and making it real through networking and associations in a realistic way. And we are learning to do that by expanding, traveling, obtaining wisdom and knowledge, or sharing our travels, wisdom and knowledge in a more logical, light, realistic and factual way, but always with a fresh breeze, right? Not too deep, not too trying to prove we right. It's more about sharing our experiences and then be mutable and adaptive with it, right? taking others' perspectives in consideration and applying that to our own, or allowing others to listen and absorb our intellect, how we think and communicate in a more broader and expanded way, and let them associate with that. And that will expand your real network, your associations, your structures, your routines and patterns, your world that is connected with spirituality, dreams and illusions, right? So, for an example, you can expand your creativity. Imagine you in your job or in your own business, there is some creative processes, right? You can make it more real. You can make it more of a structure. You can even find a better team or a new team, or you can expand how you connect with your team if that's the case, by you or others, because mutable, right? Sharing their experiences or sharing their creativity in a more light, logical, and factual way, right? And by you knowing which expressions, conversations, subjects, and ways of thinking and communicating you should allow and accept in your space, you will get the right expansion. Because that's also a part of the learning process, is to know what type of people, what type of relationships, what type of conversations, and what type of thoughts and ideas we want to allow into our system, into our real spiritual system, into our real spiritual connections that makes our world, that makes our support, that makes our structure. And because it's in Pisces, it goes for every area of our life, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. So you gotta understand this on your own, understand what are your support systems physically, your job, your family, your relationships, what are your support systems emotionally, your job, your family, your relationships, your supporting systems, because all those, depending on your personality and your alignments, your job might be just a physical support, or it might go all the way until you only feel assured and are assured mentally when you have a job that you can count for the next 10 years. So it's up to you to take this information and apply to your own natal chart, into your own perspectives, into your own livelihood, right? And then, on the other side of the square, we are learning how to be more light and allow ourselves to experience conversations, relationships, other ideas, other belief systems, other ways to go about reality that go deep than usual, that bring more wisdom and knowledge, but always with a realistic and logical touch to it, always looking for the truth, always looking for what makes sense and it's rightful, right? And after we allow ourselves and others to expand by communicating and sharing our ideas, then we apply a bit more of personality, privacy, and a bit more of demand in analyzing and bringing those thoughts and ideas or relationships to our real circumstances, to our Saturn, right? So on the Saturn side of the learning process, we're learning how to know and be real about the relationships and the conversations and the thoughts we are allowing into our spiritual system. And on the Jupiter side of the learning process, we are learning how to be more light and allow ourselves to experience these things, so then we can select, right? Because if you don't experience, if you don't open up, and if you don't share your thoughts and ideas, then you cannot gather information and data for you to select the right people and places, the right teams, the right thoughts, the right conversations to have in and about your spirituality, dreams and illusions that make your secure system, that make your world, that make your structure, right? So in the end of the day, we are learning how to expand our real physical and also spiritual structures by being more light in thinking, communicating, and analyzing about what? Our experiences, spirituality, dreams and illusions, and our own ways to expand our relationships and our mind, right? So make sure that you understand that this goes very deep, this goes beyond the physical, and also this means that the whole world is learning how to expand their mental facilities to understand how real spirituality is, to understand how real the power of your belief, faith, and imagination can and does influence, transform, and mutates, and adapts reality to your own. And all of us together do that together to make the future, to make the next day, to render the next events, right? So that's very important. Learning how to physically and mentally understand how we spiritually create and change the world. You know what I'm saying? So, thank you very much for watching, and remember that we are learning how to make our spiritual reality more expanded and more connected with the world. Alright? While maintaining a grip and understanding on whom and what we should allow into our spiritual structure when it comes to thinking, communicating, and analyzing. Thank you very much for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions, a great amount of creativity, responsibility, and individuality. Remember to believe in yourself, to believe in all possibilities, and remember that the best way to be is to be your goddamn self. See you soon. Satanic Cloud Surfer, surfing out.